The sky bled. Crimson and violet streaks stained the twilight, a gruesome parody of a sunset. No sun dipped below the horizon, not anymore. The sun had fallen, a silent, fiery death that choked the world in perpetual twilight. In the chilling, gloaming shadows writhed. They weren't cast by the dying light, but born from it. Creatures of dusk and nightmare, the eclipsed. Twisted mockeries of men and beasts, their eyes burned with cold, hungry fire. They came with the infected sky, a plague of darkness that devoured the world. Cities fell, swallowed by the hungry shadows. Hope withered, a frail flower choked by the dust of dead stars. But in the dark, a flicker of defiance, a whisper against the dying of the light. They were the Nightfall watchers, and they stood against the encroaching shadows. Raven, his name a harsh whisper on the wind, led the watchers. His face, etched with the grime of countless battles, held the weight of a world on his shoulders. His eyes, pools of endless night, burned with a cold fire, fueled by dark magic and a past shrouded in shadow.
We have to keep moving. The darkness won't wait for us.
Beside him stood Nyx, a figure as enigmatic as the night itself. Their features were hidden beneath a hooded cloak, their voice a low, soothing murmur that spoke of forgotten secrets and ancient power.
The shadows are restless tonight. We must be cautious.
Nyx was Raven's confidant, their counsel a whispered promise in the darkness. Salem, a rogue with a haunted laugh and a blade as sharp as his wit, provided grim humor in the face of despair.
Well, if we're going to die, might as well do it with a smile, right?
He moved like a phantom, a whisper of death in the twilight, his laughter a fleeting echo in the ruins. Ivy, the youngest of the watchers, carried the weight of healing on her slender shoulders. Her touch could mend flesh and bone, drawing pain from the wounded and bearing it as her own.
Stay still. This will hurt for just a moment, but you'll be all right.
Her eyes, though young, held a depth of compassion that defied the encroaching darkness. They were bound by a common purpose to find the source of the infected sky, to stem the tide of eclipsed and to reclaim the lost dawn. Their journey was fraught with peril, a desperate gamble against the dying of the light. The world they traversed was a graveyard of memories. Cities, once bustling hives of life, now stood silent and skeletal against the unnatural twilight. Haunted forests, where gnarled trees clawed at the bleeding sky, whispered with forgotten nightmares. They moved through the ruins like ghosts, their footsteps muffled by the dust of fallen empires. Each crumbling building, each shattered window was a testament to the devastating power of the eclipsed. In the skeletal shadows of deserted homes they found remnants of lives extinguished. A child's toy, clutched in the cold grip of a skeletal hand. A faded photograph, a smiling family frozen in a moment of happiness long gone. These were the ghosts that haunted them, the whispers of what they fought to preserve. They encountered other survivors huddled in the ruins, their eyes reflecting the fear that gnawed at their souls.
Have you seen them? The shadows? They whisper. They scream. We're all going to die.
Some were driven mad by the constant terror, their minds shattered by the encroaching darkness. Others clung to hope, their spirits unbroken by the horrors they had witnessed. The journey took its toll. The constant threat of the eclipsed, the haunting silence of the ruined world, the despair that clung to them like a shroud, it chipped away at their resolve, testing the limits of their endurance. Raven, his face a mask of grim determination, bore the brunt of their burden. He fought with a cold fury, his magic a dark symphony of death and defiance.
We can't afford to stop, not now, not ever.
But the shadows whispered to him, tempting him with their power, promising him oblivion from the pain of his past. Nyx, ever watchful, offered silent support, their presence a beacon in the encroaching darkness.
Remember why we fight, Raven. The light still flickers, even in the darkest night.
They guided Raven, reminding him of the light that still flickered within him, the hope he carried for a world on the brink of annihilation. Salem's humor, once a shield against the encroaching despair, grew increasingly dark, laced with a bitterness that spoke of a soul stretched thin.
If we make it out of this, drinks are on me. If not, well, it was a good run.
Ivy, her youthful optimism fading with each passing day, struggled to bear the weight of the pain she absorbed, her touch a bittersweet reminder of the fragility of life.
I can take your pain, but I can't promise it'll be easy. We have to keep going.
Fear was a constant companion, a shadow that clung to them in the twilight. But it was countered by a desperate hope, a flickering ember in the encroaching darkness. They clung to it, fueled by the memories of the world that was, the promise of a dawn they might never live to see. Their journey continued, a desperate race against the dying of the light, a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit, even in the face of unimaginable darkness.